Hello, this is Beta Ray Ben for Pixel Spank, and today I'm playing Micro Machines, the first one for Super Nintendo, which I've not played before, and has this hilarious screen for selecting the number of players. I've actually never seen this before, a Super Nintendo game offering 3 and 4 players. There was a thing you could get that would mean you could have 4 controllers, I think, but it wasn't very common. But you know, we'll stick with 1 as I can only handle 1. Head to head or challenge. The way he moves his wrist is entirely unnatural. Like the amount of flick back he gets on his thumb. Try and do that. It's physically impossible. Let's go head to head though. Ah, look, it's the characters that I fondly remember from the PS1/N64 version of this game. It's Ace. Oh no, they have got the names at the bottom, and I think I don't really. I'm trying to work out what the things mean at the top. I assume they're kind of telling you about the way they control, but I'm not really sure. Anyone who isn't Spider though is a total square. Who do I want to race? I don't know the way Chen is described as able. It feels odd. We'll go with Joel. Oh wait, Joel's I thought that was a trashy woman, but Joel may actually be a man, so let's not. Let's go with Cherry. If society will, oh my god, that dance. If society will accept this Grease style pairing. Okay, we're in. Alright, no, didn't know what the button was there. Yeah, screw you. So we didn't get to choose the level, or the fact that we're in boats. Didn't really tell me what colour I was going to be either. And it is that classic head-to-head style racing, which works so well. It's not really about, you know, laps or anything. It's about knowing the course, cornering just right, and not panicking. That was way too easy though. And the course did seem to just be a loop. I think we're in a sink because there's dish soap and bubbles around. Alright, qualified for the challenge. Nice. What does that mean? Race 1, the breakfast bends. Yeah, the weird thing is, I've never really considered it. I've always thought of Micro Machines as a proper game. It should just be like a tie-in license game though, shouldn't it? I wonder if there's any penalty for not racing the course. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it should just be like a trashy license game, and yet it's actually really good. And I'm wondering, is it? Why is that? Is there any reason for it? Shit. I mean, this looks pretty good. This is Super Nintendo. I've got it in my head when it upgrades to the like the N64 level. I want to get a harder level in than this. I'm assuming there's no weapons, and I might have to get into the challenge mode just to figure out if you can have more than. Well, presumably you can have 4 on a screen at once if it's 4 players. So the challenge mode might have more than 1 computer controlled character. I did pick head to head. This is always the best level. It's the one on like school desks and benches and stuff. So that's classic. You got the wood. Shit. I've got a huge advantage in that my car isn't faster than my opponents, but my willingness to aggressively accelerate is. This might be the one I lose on. In fact, I'm going to lose on purpose because I want to go to challenge mode. Despite the fact that it's been the first level where I've actually lost anything. Huh. So, see, yeah, it's 50-50 whether going off the course will give you the point or not in these sort of games. It's that kind of Mario Kart luck factor that just makes it so, you know, there's enough rubber banding that anyone can have a go and it becomes fun. if you are interested in this sort of game, Wrecked, Revenge, Revisited, something like that. It's called Wrecked, I know that much. That's the pinnacle of this kind of game. This is gonna take a long time, isn't it, for me to lose all my lives? And I've got to do the same level again. Wait, I've just realised I'm facing the same opponent every time. Which is fair enough, because I picked them. But at the same time, seems a bit... why not cycle through all of them? There's also no on-screen indication of what your colour is. I know I'm red, but I do forget every time. Right, let's get out of this. Not a lot of sound, is there? There's no music in the game. There's music in like in this bit. Yep. Yeah, I know. I lost. That's fine. Where's the race music? Come on, hurry up. This is a very, very surprisingly common feature or lack thereof in older games that you may not be aware of. Quite often, there wouldn't be like menus mid-game. There wouldn't be pause menus. So quitting out just wasn't a thing. Come on, hurry up. Eat me. Right, now I should get a game over screen, or I might have one more life left, depending on how they count lives in this. Then we can see what the challenge mode is, which I'm hoping will be more. I got a feeling it's Micro Machines version 3, V3 is the one for... Actually, have I got it to hand? No. I reckon I had it on both PlayStation and N64 for some reason. Right, let's get in there. One player. Challenge mode this time. Obviously we're going to be Spider again. Why even be anyone else? Push. Okay. Right. Power boats. Qualifying race. Is this going to be a time trial? Better not be. It's probably just a proper race actually. Yeah. Oh, so I'm yellow this time. So your character doesn't have any real bearing on what you are. This is an interesting course because you can't go off. I won, I guess. Do you have to win to win? Qualified for the challenge. It said that after I won last time. Don't really know what it means. And... oh, who do you want to race? Walt... wait, hang on. Maybe... was she crazy before? I don't know. I'll go with Walter, Bonnie, and Emilio! Oh, hello. What? This is when you used to buy Micro Machines, you could buy a container like this to keep them in. That I remember. That's a thing. I don't know what that meant. Race 1, the breakfast bends. It seems to be really disjointed, and I feel like it would be explained what's generally going on in a manual. I mean, everyone else just immediately lost it, didn't they? Actually, hang on. I'm trying to think if those descriptors of the characters have any bearing on like their driving ability. What was my character? I can't remember, but I know one of them I picked was Wild. It was crazy before. Was it a classic 3-lap race? I'm assuming that says on the top left there, I've got one more lap to go, and I'm in first place. And I don't reckon there's any penalty for going off the course in this. Yay, I win. I get to do this weird little drive. Yeah. This really strikes me as the sort of game with almost no single player at all to it. I should imagine the multiplayer is very fun because that's the style of racing is just fun, but it's just slightly dull. I'm looking forward to. I've also coming soon. I have got the sequel to this, also on Super Nintendo. Oh, Christ. This... Oh, fuck. I completely forgot this course had a jump in it. Right, I've got some time to make up now. Should be doable, as I assume I'm quite a bit better than the computer. However, I might not be. I might just be. This is definitely a harder course than the others. Not least of which, because first time round this course, you don't know what's coming. Second time round this course, you don't really know what's coming. Eventually, you might know what's coming. Right, there's a jump coming up. That's the main thing. You just got to get a bit of speed up for that. The rest is not too bad. We'll go through this narrow chicane. Going in a straight line is genuinely one of the main abilities of Micro Machines. Also, the ability to keep track of your sort of left and right. Because it's based on the car. Left always makes the car drive in a left-hand direction. Shit! Shit! Christ, that's a hell of a reset, isn't it? It's not like the Mario Kart 8 style reset where, you know, he comes in and he lifts you back on the track bloody fast. I actually had almost no speed there and I still made that jump, so I'm thinking it's quite generous. I'm in first. I just assumed that I'd only overtaken one car. In fact, I've done two. So as long as I don't go spinning off the track, I've won this. And given that we're on a square table, as long as I don't overshoot these two bends, I'll be fine. Right, now yeah. Oh no, I did lose. I was looking at the number of laps left, not the position I was in. He was quite far ahead of me, or she. Could be she. It's Bonnie. It is a she. Yeah, it's, you know. But I did qualify for something. What's that? Is that? It looks like an old sort of very 50s stylish car. Warriors. Oh, these might be something fancy. Not tanks, but you know, weapons. Ah, shit. I think I'm guessing. Oh no. I'm not sure. I feel like we bashed each other to death, but equally we may not have. Oil slicks slow you down. Oh, it's glue. It's glue. Sorry, it speeds you up. The oil slicks speed you up. The clear ones are glue. Clever. Shit. I don't think I'm going to catch this guy. He says, and immediately catches him. The worst part of this game is just not knowing where you're going. It's fine in head-to-head, because you've always got someone to follow, but in this race mode, it's like it's genuinely difficult. It's the sort of thing where it'd probably be easier if you could see the whole track at once. Which I'm pretty sure there is a game series where they do that. Right, now I'm just going to go completely off-piste and see what happens. Or at least I'm going to try to. The game doesn't want me to. Just avoid the track for as long as possible and see if I... No. I thought I might blow up on re-entry. I skipped out some pretty big obstacles there. Right, I'm in third currently. I've got no chance of winning. Let's get out of here. I wonder what... There's eventually... It probably times you out when everyone else finishes, but also... Have they just built a boundary out of nuts? It's weirdly inventive, isn't it? Oh, can't get through there. So we're on a workshop table, quite clearly. These are fuses. There's some screws and nails. Both. Not necessary, but they got them. And a fuck ton of nuts. For some reason, I always mix up nuts and bolts. The difference. Frankenstein had bolts in his neck. Or Frankenstein's monster. Does that help you remember? I mean, I've definitely lost this time. I haven't qualified. Ooh. If you hit them at the right angle, you jump over them. Oh, I died. Huh. So it will eventually make you die, but not after quite some time. I wonder if there's any way of knowing. now experimenting with the other buttons. I think there is genuinely just stop and, well, no, there's go. There's not really a break. There's a reverse, but there doesn't seem to be a break. Alright, well, I feel, you know, if I don't finish, I never actually technically lose. So it's my get out of jail free card on that. So that was Micro Machines. It's okay. The sequels do get a lot better. I'm surprised after this first one that more got made. Again, maybe it's because of the tie-in. Maybe they just did really well. Maybe people had lower expectations. I'll say it's probably better than Super Mario Kart, because Super Mario Kart for the SNES is not a good game, and like it's not a good game now. And when it came out, I specifically remember playing it and thinking, it's not great, is it? It's not. Yeah, it's not any of the like, all the other Mario Karts. First time you play them, they're great. Mario Kart 64, I remember thinking, yeah, this is good. I like this. But Super Mario Kart, no. So, lower expectations. It's no F-Zero, though. F-Zero is better. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.